Hello, and welcome back to another Sunday sector review, where we like to say Sundays are for sectors. This past week was a jam-packed volatile week with economic data, PPI, CPI, and also with it being OPEX. This coming week looks nothing short of that, with also red and orange photo data as well. We have FOMC member Waller speaks. We have FOMC minutes on Wednesday, unemployment claims and PPI and existing home sales on Thursday, and Friday we have Fed Jerome Powell and Jackson Hole. So please be on the lookout for those things this coming week. For the new candles that are opening on August the 18th will be the 5-day, the weekly of course, the 2-week, the 4-week, the 8-week. I'll also be focusing on the monthly since we're in the back half of the month, and I want to see what we've done so far. So without further ado, let's start with our girl the VIX, shall we? So VIX on the monthly so far is a outside bearish month. We are bearish on the month. So also, if you watch my last sector review, these were targets, so it hit my bearish PT target for the VIX. And if we continue this downward way, here's the sweep that I have, and it looks to, I'm looking at the sweep to about 1270. So we are outside bearish 3 on the monthly so far for the VIX, which means we'll correlate with the SPY and the general market being bullish, right? So 8-week bearish 2-2 continuation down on the 8-week. The 4-week is a 3-2 shooter on the 4-week. The 2-week, a 3-2 reversal on the 2-week. The weekly candle, a 3-1-2 on the weekly. 5-day, we are inside 5-day, and the daily closed as a failed 2 down on the 5-day. So at the end of the day, Friday, we got the VIX found a little love and was was bullish, but we closed under previous week's low. Previous week's high. So previous week's low. This is the low. I'm sorry, my bad. So I'm still, I don't know. As of right now, I'm actually still bearish on the VIX. The overall time frame continuity is bearish, so we'll see what they want to do next week. They might get a pop to 1540, 1539 and come back down. Not sure, but we will play what we see. So let's go to XME. XME on the monthly, we're still strong bullish month. We tapped above, and the high of the month now is 81.64. We popped through my daily bargaining formation, but we came back down within the range. We are also still above previous month's high, so that's still good for XME. But we are back within the bargaining formation that I do have. The 8-week, 2-2 continuation on the 8-week, 4-week, same 2-2 continuation on the 4-week. I believe this is a hammer. Yeah, so we have a hammer on the 4-week. 2-week, 2-2 rev on the 2-week, bullish. The weekly, 2-2 continuation on the weekly. 5-day, same. Daily closed as a failed 2 up. So it failed to stay up. It swept these highs and came back down tapping previous day low. So looks like nothing but a little bit of a retracement. The time frame continuity is majorly full time frame continuity to the upside. If anything, we would want XME to hold previous month's high at 78.86. We wouldn't want it to lose this. If it does, we're going back into the gap, and the gap completion is at 77.95. So I am personally bullish on XME for the moment. XLY on the monthly, strong 2-2 continuation on the monthly. 8 week is a 212 on the 8 week, looking to target this 240.28, the highs here. 4 week, nice V-shaped recovery on the 4 week. Again, looking to take out these highs. 4 week close as a hammer. 2 week, 3-2 rev on the 2 week, looking for a 3-2-2 continuation. The weekly, 3-1-2 on the weekly, looking for, like I said, that 240. And the 5 day, same for the 5 day. And also, oh no, the daily close is a 213 outside candle, but we held previous day's low at 228.30. So if this is our support here, then I can see XLY going up. If not, if we can't hold 227.34, we're coming back to complete this gap at 226.74. Okay. Next up is XLV. Hey, shout out to me in XLV because y'all know how I feel about XLV. I don't never get XLV right, and I was bullish last week on XLV going into the week, and guess what? I was finally right. So I am now 1 for 1,000 on XLV. So I'm gonna hype me up for that. The monthly is now a bullish monthly. It's a fail 2 down. We actually, if y'all remember, if y'all watched a few sector reviews back, this was ugly. The monthly was very ugly. So now it's strong. It has found some life in it. So 8 week. The 8 week is a 2-1. It's still inside, but it's a bullish inside candle on the 8 week. The 4 week is a fail 2 up on the 4 week. It's a hammer. We are at the bottom of the range on the 4 week. Yeah, we're at the bottom of the Brandon formation on the 4 week. So 2 week, fail 2 down, 2 week, fail to stay down, and then I guess we can call this a hammer. The weekly close very bullish. So looking for a 2-2 continuation on healthcare, to take out previous month's high. Watch it here. It has been resistance a couple of times before. So 137.76 will be our first target, and then 138.84, which is 50% of the 6 months. So watch out for that. The 5 day looks the same. Daily gapped up. So XLV really showed out. We want to hold this gap. We don't want to lose. It looks like 50% of the gap would be here. So I would say we wouldn't want to lose 134.58. We lose 134.58. We coming back to 50% of the previous month at 133.87. All right, XLU on the monthly. It's a fail to up on the month. We started off bullish. We got to the high of 87.67, and now we're falling back in within the range of the previous month. So this back half of the month, XLU ain't looking too good. 8-week. The 8-week is still fairly bullish. Watch this week. We do have a week here. 4-week top of a broadening formation, a shooter. 2-week, a fail to up. We failed to stay up, and now we're back within the range of this previous 2-week candle. The weekly closed as a bearish 2 down, but it also held 85.18. So we want to see what XLU wants to do. I can see it retracing more if it loses this 85.18. If we lose 85.18, I can see it trading back into the gap, this gap here on the daily at 84.59. XLRE, our real estate. XLRE is now a hammer on the month. At one point, this was looking pretty bad. I mean, it still looks bad, but you can tell that this is our zone where buyers keep stepping in. So we will watch out for that. The 8-week is a fail to up. We failed to stay up. Now we're back within the range of the previous 8-week candle. The 4-week, same, fail to up. 2-week is a fail to down on the 2-week. So we have some conflicting time frames for XLRE. The weekly close is a fail to down hammer. If you can see, here's your support. Same on the 5-day. And the daily close is a 2-2 rev on the 5-day. So a lot of mixed time frames on XLRE. I do like the support here. I think any bullish over 41.54. Yeah. Bullish over 41.54 and take it to 41.85 or 41.91 with time, because real estate is one of those. Home builders, XHB. Go to the monthly. The monthly still looks good, strong monthly. We rejected off of this order block here, this range, and we came back in, but we're still holding above previous month's high at 108.25. So this still looks great, and I do like this this V shape on the monthly. So looking to take the highs at 126.28 just off the monthly. 8-week. See, I love this 8-week. CCRP, shout out to 8X on the 8-week. Very, very visible. 4-week. Loving it. 2-week. Same for the 2-week. Weekly close as a 2-2 continuation on the 2 week. I'm sure the 5-day as well. Yep. And the daily closed as a fail to up on the daily. So if Home Builders doesn't hold this 112.72, it can come back and trade into the gap at 111 and fill the gap at 111.38 before going back up. XLP. XLP. Oh, XLP. XLP on the monthly. It's a strong monthly with a rejection at the previous month high at 82.48. I've been saying this for a while. 82 is, she's scared of it. Every time we get up here in 82.80 area, she rejects, and she did just that Friday. The high of Friday. Well, now the new current high is 82.80. So couldn't even get to that 82.82 that I've been talking about before rejecting. So we'll see what XLP wants to do. That 82.82 is strong. We are a double inside 8 week. So keep an eye on XLP. Keep an eye on XLP. Keep an eye on XLP. Okay. 4 week. The 4 week, okay. The 4 week is an outside bullish 4 week. The 2 week closed as a 2-2 rig on the 2 week bullish. The weekly close is a fail to up on the 2 week. On the week. 5 days, sure. The daily close as a fail to down on the daily. So, I would like, well, we wouldn't want, well, I wouldn't want XLP to lose 81.43. Lose 81.43. We're coming back and trading into the 81 area. So you want to remain bullish on XLP. Don't lose 81.40. Okay. XLK on the monthly, strong monthly with a wick at the top. We're back below previous month's high at 286.01, closing at 265.70. So we are below previous month's high at the moment. Like I said, we still got 2 weeks. So 2-2 continuation on the 8 week. 4 week, same 2-2 continuation on the 4 week. 2 week close as a strong 2 week. Weekly 3-1 fail to up on the weekly, so that's showing a bit of weakness. Same for the 5-day, and the daily close is a 2-2 continuation now on the daily. We have support here. Been having support here a couple of days. If we lose to 62.95, which is 50% of this previous week, the previous week. Remember, these are going to change, but if we lose this, then we are coming to the monthly open at 259.88. So watch out for XLK. The higher time frames are still bullish. The day and the weekly are bearish at the moment. The monthly for XLI, inside month on the month, almost smack dead in the middle. So it's like it ain't did really nothing. I mean, there's a move within the month, but when you look at it, it hasn't done anything compared to the previous month. It has literally been within the range of this candle all month, and it's almost closing as a doji. So that's XLI on the monthly. The eight week. The 8 week is a 2-2 continuation to the upside on the 8 week with some rejection at the high of 155.15. The 4 week fell 2 up on the 4 week. 2 week inside 2 week. Y'all know what to do with inside candles. A 3-1 fell 2 up on the weekly. Day, I'm sure it's the same. Daily is a 2-1-2 down on the daily. So you want to, if you want to remain bearish, if you want to remain bullish on XLI, we don't want to lose 149.78. But if you look at this, I'm gonna bring my drawings back up. If you can see, we're stuck in the range, but that monthly candle had already told you that. So we're just literally trading within this range of 151.84 and 149.78. So a couple of dollars. So XLF on the monthly is a fail 2 down. A fail 2 down on the monthly. So we're just above the previous month. I be having to remove these drawings so y'all can see. We're just above the previous month's candle. So the close of it. So we're still bullish on XLF on the monthly. The 8 week. The 8 week is a 3-1-2 on the 8 week. I really like the 8 week. Looks good. The 4 week is a fail 2 up on the 4 week. So we are back within this 4 week candle, but we held this 51.33, this $51 range very, very well. So we like that. Inside 2 week, you can take the break, upside, downside. You know how to do that. 2-1-2 on the weekly. 5 day, same. And the daily. The daily closed an outside day, and we look like we closed this gap. So that's good. If the objective was to close this gap and then we're headed back up for XLF, then that's good. If not, then we're looking to target 52.25, this 52.20 area. Okay. XLE on the monthly. Y'all know this another one. This is XLB and XLE. But I was right on this one too. I was bearish coming into this week, and it did its thing, even though I don't want to say found support somewhere, but it turned around. But hold on, we'll get to that. On the monthly, we are a hammer on the month. So if XLE wants to continue for these last 2 weeks, this back half of the month, want to continue pushing up. It looks like that's what it's doing. A 2-1 failed 2 up on the 8 week. The 4 week is a 2-2 down continuation on the 4 week. The 2 week 2-2 continuation down on a 2 week. A fail to down on the weekly. Friday, same. Daily. 2 up on the daily, but it's a shooter, so. Like I said, this is where at the end it found. I mean, it turned around, but the beginning of the week, that Monday, bearish, it caught this. What I mentioned in the last watch list. It tagged this 84.16 and found support, and look. My thesis. As you can see, we have mixed time frames on this bad guy, so, and you know how I feel. So, XLE, I don't know. I'm bearish. I'll say I'm bearish. Okay, I'll go on record being bearish. So, for XLE, I'm 1 in 1,025. So, we'll see if it's gonna be 2 in 1,025 or 1 in 1,026. I don't know, but yeah. So that's your XLE, your energy. XLC communications. The monthly is still a strong month. We are well above previous month's high at 109.70. So that's good. The 8 week is strong. 8 week closing very strong. I want to say XLC was in a it was compressed for a little while. 2-2 continuation on the 4 week. The 2 week strong. 2 week close. 2-1-2 on the weekly. Friday. Same daily. 2-2 continuation on the daily. So I was wrong. We do have a shooter at the top of the range, so don't be surprised if XLC will want to retrace here. Will want to retrace and potentially come tap 110.63. If it's aggressive enough, it'll come and close this gap at 110.24. XLB. XLB on a monthly is a fail to down on the monthly, so we're bullish, but we're still just below 50% of the previous month at 90.25. Yeah, so we get back above that. XLB looks it still looks good, but we still have some time on the clock. Like I say, 2 weeks, so it can definitely get back above 50% in 2 weeks. 8 week strong. 8 week. 4 week. The 4 week is inside. You can take the inside as your entries for calls or puts here for the 4 week and play the breakout. Same for the 2 week. Weekly closed as a 2-1-2 to the upside on the weekly. Sure, the 5 days the same. Yep. And your daily closed as a bearish candle, even though it's green, it's a bearish too. Time frame continuity is majorly bullish, so this can just be a pullback. There's a gap here that XLB can come fill before going back up, which would be cool. It has also found support here. Notice this hammer, so it can come back in here and wick this at 89.34 and go back up and target these highs. SMH on, this is your semiconductors. SMH on the monthly, we are just below previous month's high at 297.38. at 295.65. Like I said, we still got 2 weeks left. We can push back above that. The 8 week is a 2-2 continuation on the 8 week. 4 week, 2-2 continuation on the 4 week, coming off this V-shaped recovery here. 2 week, 2-2 rev on the 2 week, yeah, 2 week. Weekly, 3-1-2 on the weekly. This is a shooter at the top of your burning formation, so we can watch this for potential downside. But I believe SMH will at least hold the 280s. If we don't hold the 280 area, then we're coming down to the 270s. 275s. 5 day, same 5 day. Daily closed as a 2-2 to the downside. Time frame continuity is majority bullish, except for your daily. So this can just be your rev to get into to get back to the upside. DIA. Yes, I added DIA to the list. I was missing out. Shout out to 8X. DIA on the monthly is an outside month, baby. We are still just shy of previous month's high, although we did take it out. So we have tapped all-time highs at 452.05. DIA was the last of the bunch to take it. We tapped it, and now we're back below previous month at 450.25. 8 week, 2-1-2 on the 8 week, 4 week, 4 week, hammer on the 4 week, 11 hammer on the 4 week, 2 week, 3-2 rev on the 2 week, looking for a 3-2-2 continuation back up. Weekly, 2-1-2 on the weekly. 5 day the same, and the daily close as a 2-1-2 on the daily. So DIA finally got this little piece in, taking all-time highs. We was just waiting on DIA. So now we would like to see what would happen from here. Do we come back and fill this gap? Come back and take some of the gap? Do we come back and find support at 446.98 to go up, to continue up to past all-time highs? We shall see. I'm loving the higher time frames. That outside month, higher time frames are bullish, except for the daily. Of course, like I said, that could be your rev to get back in. To get into the upside. Qs. The Qs are 2-2 continuation to the upside on the monthly, 2-2 continuation to the upside on the 8 week. This is lovely. 4 week, same. You see that V-shaped recovery on that 4 week. 2 week, same on the 2 week, 2-2 rev to the upside on the 2 week. The weekly close as a 2-2 continuation on the 2 week, and we are still above all key levels. The weekly, the monthly, the previous week, previous month, on the Qs. So not looking too bad on the Qs. The daily closed as a 2-2 continuation to the downside, but as a hammer, holding the previous week and previous month high as support. So not bad for the Qs. NQ, same for NQ. This chart is gonna look pretty much the same as the Qs, because Duh, they follow. So the 8 week, you see that V-shaped recovery on the 8 week, 4 week, same on 4 week, same pattern. 2 week, 3-2 rev on the 2 week. As you can see, we are just below previous months and previous week's high. So just a little bit off from the Qs and NQ, because NQ was above it, correct? Weekly. 212 on the weekly, just below our previous month's high on the weekly. 5 day is inside 5 day, and the daily is a 2-2 to the downside on the daily. So that's for ES. I'm sorry, that's for NQ. Now for ES, monthly, 2-2 continuation on the monthly. We are just above previous month's high on the monthly. We still above it, not by much, but we are still above previous month's high. The 8 week, strong 8 week, 2-2 continuation on the 8 week. 4 week, 2-2 continuation on the 4 week. 2 week, 3-2 rev on the 2 week, looking for a 3-2 continuation to the upside. 3-1-2, looking for a 3-1-2. See you later on the weekly. 5 day does not look the same. 2-2 rev on the 5 day. Daily. The daily is a fail to up on the daily. So that's that for ES and for SPY. Last but not least, our girl SPY. SPY is above previous month's highs, a little bit more than ES. Got a little bit more wiggle room on SPY. 8 week is a 2-2 continuation on the 8 week. 4 week, 2-2 continuation on the 4 week. 2 week, 3-2 reversal on the 2 week. Strong 2 week close. The weekly, 3-1-2, looking for a 3-1-2 continuation on the weekly. 5 day looks the same. And for our daily, we closed a bit bearish on the daily as a fail to up on the daily. So higher time frames are signaling upside, with more upside to come. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Don't forget, like I said, we do have red and orange folder days that can impact the market. And let's not forget, our good president likes to come on at any time at the drop of a dime and say whatever, and the market can be swayed by that. So do not forget. And also, thank you for tuning in. I enjoyed you guys. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All feedback is welcome. And until next Sunday, don't forget, Sundays are for sectors. Good luck, traders. Have a good trading week. Peace.